हर हर नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ नमः सभाभ्यां नमः सभाधिपतिभ्यश्च सर्वेषां भक्तजनानां may I request all to rise and join me in a prayer. सदा शिवसमारम्भां श्रीकण्ठाचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. You can please be seated. With the blessings of Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati and all other devatas of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, we welcome everyone assembled here. And also those who are remotely viewing this program through live streaming to this unique learning series, session number 78. Special swagatam to our beloved Swami Sarvapriyananda ji, who is the minister and spiritual leader at Vedanta Society of New York. He is well known to all of us and also well-known speaker on Vedanta, and his talks are extremely popular worldwide. It's my honor to introduce him as the speaker for today's learning session. As all of us know that today's learning session, the topic we are going to cover is on meditation and its benefits. We are very eager to hear from Swamiji on this important topic. Without further ado, I request Swamiji to grace all of us with his beautiful speech. And in the meantime, I request everyone to please put all your cell phone into vibration mode, please.
And at the end, we can have a short question answer.
Yes, we will also have a question answer towards the end of this session.
Can you hear me? Yes. All right. Yes, thank you. Yes, it's okay. Stay. Om asato ma sadgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityurma amritam gamaya Om shanti shanti shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste and good afternoon, everybody. Respected Umaji, other respected members of the organizing committee here. Friends, so wonderful to be back here again in the Mahavallabha Ganapati Devasthanam, in the holy precincts here, in this holy atmosphere, uplifting. The subject, as you see, meditation and its benefits. So I thought benefits of meditation, let's ask AI. These days everything ask AI. So I asked Google AI, and it gave so many benefits immediately. It is effects on how it will improve your cardiovascular health, how it will improve your immune system, it will reduce stress, it will help you to sleep better, improve productivity, all of these. No. The main benefit, not mentioned. This is what we have done. We have taken these traditions, yogic meditation from Patanjali Yoga, Buddhist meditation from Buddhism. But we want Buddhist meditation without Buddhism. We want yogic meditation without yoga. Hindu meditation without Hinduism. No. There is a central purpose of meditation. The real benefit of it. Now look, all these benefits are true. Now all of them are correct. There's enough scientific evidence, research evidence, there are papers and papers published on the actual medical and psychological benefits of meditation. Definitely. Those are all there. But let's look at what is the actual purpose, the point of these meditative practices of meditation. One story about Maharshi Mahesh Yogi when he came here, New York. New York, one of the busiest places, the city which does not sleep, city which never sleeps, is also the source of many meditation traditions. So, for example, Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, transcendental meditation. He was a monk of our Vedanta tradition, Brahmachari Mahesh, a disciple of Swami Brahmananda Saraswati, who was the Shankaracharya of Joshimath. So, when he came here to the West and to New York, and he starts by teaching meditation, which finally became known as transcendental meditation. And later, the story is that when he went back to India in the early years, some of his brother monks asked him, "What is this that you are telling people in America? We hear you are telling them this meditation will improve your health, your skin will not age, you will remain young and shining, and you'll be able to sleep better without sleeping pills. This is not the purpose of meditation. Why are you telling all these things?" So it seems, the story is that Maharshi Mahesh Yogi said to them, "I give them what they want in the hope that they will want what I want to give them. I give them what they want. They want to remain young, they want to be free of disease, they want to have peace in their mind and be more productive, concentration, all of this. They want this. And I give them that, what they want. They will get all this, there's no doubt about it. Why? The hope is that once slowly they'll begin to want what I want to give them. What do I want to give them? The actual purpose of meditation, the real benefit of meditation. So that we will see. What is the real benefit of meditation? In all these traditions, the real benefit of meditation is always a spiritual benefit. Purpose is spiritual. Moksha, mukti, nirvana, kaivalya. So many words are there. Apavarga. So many words in the ancient meditative traditions of India. They all point to a spiritual result, a spiritual benefit. What is the nature of meditation and what is its main benefit? That is what we will see today. And during this course of this talk, we will actually look at some of the ancient meditation techniques also. And try out a little bit, sample, buffet. You have to sample a little bit and see for ourselves what it is like. I remember that, so this, if we can reduce the sound here a little bit, I can hear the echo of my own voice. The live stream people can reduce the feedback, yeah. Okay, got it, yeah. I was reading just recently a biography of this scientist, John von Neumann. How many of you have heard of him? Von Neumann? Many of you. We should. We are right here in New York because he lived and worked in Princeton, Institute of Advanced Studies. Probably the most brilliant physicist of the 20th century. I'm saying this, he worked with Einstein. Even then, von Neumann was regarded as more brilliant than by his own contemporaries. Someone says, amongst, I think, Eugene Wigner or Einstein himself, one of his contemporaries, leading physicist, says, among all of us, there was only one who was truly awake. Von Neumann. So I was reading his biography. He had tremendous powers of concentration. And he believed, he himself said, he had a belief that he could crack any problem, solve any problem by sheer power of concentration of mind. And in biography it is said, his teachers, his schoolmates in school in Hungary. Somebody asked, why so many brilliant mathematicians and physicists are from Hungary? And they joked that they are actually not from Hungary, they are from Mars. From the planet Mars, they are Martians. And since people will get scared if you tell them we are Martians, they said we are all from the country called Hungary, but we are all Martians. So his schoolmates said he had a peculiar tendency. Anytime you give any question, any problem in mathematics, physics, what this little boy would do is, von Neumann, I think his name was Janos, what he would do is he would turn his face away. And he would bend his head like this and turn his face away and sit for few minutes, 2-3 minutes. He would sit like this. Then he'd come back with the answer. His math teacher in school, imagine, high school. He said in one of the first classes where he saw von Neumann for the first time, he said that class I had put a problem on the blackboard, a problem which I had been working about to show what real mathematics is, not school mathematics, what real mathematics at cutting edge is. I had put a problem there and he said I've been working on this for many years now. And I really don't have a solution to it yet. And I had barely finished saying this. That little boy at the back, he raised his hand. I said, come. I called him forward. He came. He started writing on the blackboard. He wrote down the solution to that problem. A mathematical breakthrough by a school student in front of the class just then. Tremendous powers of concentration. And the goal of meditation is to develop this power of concentration, power of attention. Very simple. That is the common feature of all techniques of meditation across all traditions. To regain this control over our power of attention. The most valuable resource we have is this power of attention. Today people are beginning to realize it. In Silicon Valley, in the computers, and even on the internet and all, these companies, social media, they have a term, attention economy. They have realized that no matter whatever content you put online, there is so much online. By giving nice content online, you can't attract people's attention. You have to get them addicted to your website or your page or whatever content you're giving. Then only people's attention. Why do they want your attention? Why do they want our attention? Because it translates into advertisement revenue for them. That's the idea. Our attention is what they want. It seems that the internet and its content is free. And there's a saying they have, if the product is free, then in that case you are the product. You are being sold. So how am I being sold on the internet? My attention is being sold. What is your attention? It's your life. Our attention is our life. Where our attention is, there we are. So this power of attention is most important. Just like von Neumann, I was delighted to read that about von Neumann because I remember reading about Vivekananda. Vivekananda says the difference between an ordinary person and a great person lies in the power of attention, power of concentration. Same thing, power of concentration. And I used to think that's the only difference. Vivekananda says, yes, this is the only difference. The power of concentration. Vivekananda himself famously had extraordinary powers of concentration. A few years back, we organized a retreat on meditation techniques in the Garrison Institute, upstate New York here. One famous professor of philosophy, Professor Arindam Chakravarti, when I told him that we are planning to do Buddhist meditation, mindfulness meditation, we are planning to do Kashmiri Shaiva meditation, we are planning to do a devotional meditation drawn from Hindu traditions, we are planning to do a non-dual Advaitic meditation, again drawn from Hindu traditions, 4 types. He said, very good, do all of them individually as they are taught in that tradition, but add one more thing. At the end of it all, please sit back, all of you who are participating, reflect on what we did in all these traditions. What is common to all these different traditions? Then he said, you will understand the essence of meditation. Whatever the tradition of meditation, what is common to all of them. Then you will realize what meditation is trying to do. And we did that. After 3 days of retreat, last day few minutes we reflected. And it became very obvious. All these different types of meditation which we were doing, they did only one thing. They were giving us control over attention. Where our attention is going. So the power of attention. Swami Vivekananda had a tremendous power of concentration, tremendous power of attention. We have read stories about him. How one famous story about him is in Belur Mutt in India, the main monastery which he established. One day his disciple Sharat Chandra goes to his room and he sees that at that time first edition of Encyclopedia Britannica was published. A whole row of books in those days, leather bound volumes and all that. Nowadays it's all in the cloud. And Sharat Chandra said, Swamiji, for a human being, it is impossible for a human being to read all of these volumes in one lifetime. And Swami Vivekananda said, what are you saying? I have already read 9 volumes and I'm on the 10th. You can ask me anything from those 9 volumes. Now, not only has he read, he claims to remember what he has read. And Sharat Chandra, to his credit, he picked out random volumes and opened them randomly and asked questions. Every time, he writes in his reminiscence. Swami Vivekananda answered all those questions. Sometimes the same language down to the comma and the full stop. He was stunned. How is this possible, Swamiji? And Swamiji said it is by purity of mind and concentration of mind, it's possible. Now, we may not all become like that, but this much is the claim of meditation. That wherever we are, whatever we are, we can improve from that. We can develop this power of concentration from that. Make it better than what it is. By the way, he is not the only one who's read the Encyclopedia Britannica. I found out Elon Musk is another one. As a schoolboy in South Africa, he read the whole Encyclopedia Britannica. I don't know if he remembers everything giving. Now you don't need to remember. You can ask AI. AI remembers everything for you. So the power of concentration. Swami Vivekananda, when he came to New York, long before Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, more than half a century before him, more than that, 60, 70 years before him, he came to New York, and the first thing he wanted to teach here was meditation. It's very interesting. Swami Vivekananda is a teacher of Vedanta, Upanishads, Gita, Advaita Vedanta, but he didn't teach that first. He taught meditation first. The first book he wrote, translated, commented upon and wrote and published in his own lifetime, here in New York, Raja Yoga, classic, Raja Yoga, which is a commentary on the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, which is the classic book about meditation. Patanjali Yoga Sutras, the classic book about meditation. I often wonder why Swamiji chose that. Why didn't he choose Gita or Upanishads or Vivek Chudamani or Drigdrishya Vivek? But he chose meditation. The first thing. And he used to teach meditation. There are classes. There are amazing descriptions of Swami Vivekananda. He would teach how to sit, how to breathe, how to focus, and he would all sit together with this here in New York. And then how touching those descriptions that Swamiji would become lost in meditation. 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. How long can people sit? So he said, we would slowly get up one by one and quietly leave. And Vivekananda would be plunged in meditation, 2, 3, 4 hours. Another description is there. In the apartment in Manhattan where they had rented the apartment, Vivekananda used to stay there. Says that sometimes in that apartment you would enter a room and suddenly see Vivekananda sitting there on the cot and meditating. As if turned into bronze, so still. And what an atmosphere there was in the room. He says you would just back out silently from that room. Another description says, at night, when the great city slept, Vivekananda meditated. The beautiful descriptions of him meditating here in New York. So the first book he translated was the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. One of the noted psychologists of the 20th century, Csikszentmihalyi, who wrote the book Flow. His whole work was on attention, on concentration, whole lifetime's work. Why? He wanted to find out what is it, which experiences are the most valuable, most precious, most sought after, most meaningful for human beings. That was his thing. Highest quality in our life. Our life goes through ups and downs. So what do we think is the highest point, the high quality time of our lives, most valued time, best time of our lives. Whose lives? Everybody's lives. And he found in his studies, he found that it is the time of maximum concentration. Whenever we are most focused, most absorbed in what? In anything. Those are the times which we enjoy the most. Not the time of most pleasure, most company, greatest success, greatest excitement. No. The most valuable times are the ones where people always report, where we are absolutely absorbed in something meaningful, something good. So he called it flow experience. Something like Maslow earlier had called peak experience. So like that, flow experience. He wrote a book, Flow, worth reading. It's his lifetime's work. The best time of our lives is flow. What is this flow experience? What is attention? What is concentration? How to achieve it? And it's part of academic psychology. It's not pop psychology. It's not self-help book. No, it's part of rigorous academic psychology. So there, in that book, in one place, he mentions the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. He says, in all my studies of the sacred literature of the world, he studied it all. Why did he study? He studied it for finding out flow. Where in the different traditions of the world, in different civilizations, they recognize the importance of this flow and how to achieve it. There are different, across the world he found many things. He says in all these studies, the most amazing, he says the deepest sophisticated method of achieving this flow is, I found in the ancient Indian text, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. There he says, the method of the Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Dharana, Dhyana. This book should not fall. Yes, it's in meditation. So, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, the eight-limbed path. So this, he says, is the most sophisticated procedure for attaining flow. I have never found anything more deep and powerful than this. 2 pages he has given to explaining the Patanjali Yoga Sutra in that book, Flow. So for him, the benefit of meditation is flow. And he is not far away from the actual point or purpose of meditation. What are these steps? The Yama and Niyama, the do's and don'ts, the ethical preparations, foundations. Asana, sitting. So do you have to learn how to sit? Yes, there's a great deal to learn about sitting, about posture. And it's deeply connected with concentration, with attention, with focus, with flow. Our minds, there's a good example given, like a bowl of water. The water is full to the brim of the bowl. And if you move it even a little bit, the water will spill over. If you move the bowl a little, the water will move immediately. You have to keep it absolutely motionless. Exactly like that. Our minds are very delicate. Physical movement and talking, these are the things which immediately disturb the lake of the mind. The mind is involved, therefore. Therefore, stillness. And it's not easy to achieve stillness. I read somewhere, Olympic level shooter, this rifle shooting in Olympic Games. This is one of the things that we have to get trained to do, is to be absolutely still, and you realize then how much our body is vibrating. Little tremor of your hand and can throw off your mark in long distance shooting. It can throw it off completely. You lose the whole competition. Even a little tiny tremor of your hand. So, stilling the body, asana, how to sit. Then pranayama, breathing. So now you have to learn how to breathe also. Yes. One of the initiators, the pioneers of yoga, again New York. See, New York is so central to our meditation techniques. Pioneers of yoga here in New York. BKS Iyengar. BKS Iyengar, Pattabhi Joyce, and then three of them were there. 3 pioneers of Hatha Yoga here in New York who came from India. All came from Mysore. BKS Iyengar, Pattabhi Joyce, and do you remember? So, one of them, I think it was B.K. Iyengar who said that when the Americans started coming into my yoga studio, that name came later, yoga studio, when he started the yoga school, I found they were hardly breathing at all. Yeah. The culture had become, people had become so tense. Just chest breathing. Diaphragm breathing was almost not there at all. That natural breathing which people should have slowly disappeared in modern life. Shallow breathing. And he said half the diseases come from there. So breathing, pranayama for meditation, very much important because breath and focus of the mind are connected. When we become excited, breathing becomes shallow and fast. When we become dull, breathing becomes heavy. Sick, sleepy, dull, you will find breathing becomes heavy. You might say, so, what the yogis found, they had many insights into flow, concentration. One insight was, just as the mind has an impact on the breath also has an impact on the mind. So you want to control the mind. Controlling the mind directly is very difficult. But you can start by controlling what is easier to control, the breath. So if you can make the breathing deep and rhythmic, the mind becomes focused. That they found. Another wonderful insight. Pranayama. Then starts the process of meditation. Dharana. Dharana is focus or the attempt to focus. What is this dharana? Every meditation technique, whatever we practice, and we will see immediately, little later, it goes through 5 stages. Stage 1, the attempt to focus. Suppose you are repeating a mantra. You start by repeating the mantra. Focus. Very soon stage 2 will come. What is stage 2? Distraction. Certainly something else will enter into our attention. Stage 3 will follow. What is stage 3? Mind wandering. It will go from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. Stage 4 will follow. What is that? Oh, my mind has wandered away from the mantra. I recognize that my mind is wandering. Stage 4. Stage 5, bring it back to the object of focus. So 5 stages, this cycle will keep on happening. You don't have to make it happen. This is not meditation. This is natural. It's a report on what's happening. Don't say, I'm concentrating. When is my distraction going to come? Should I start mind wandering now? No. Our aim is always to concentrate, to focus. Whether it is the breath or the mantra or a visualization, whatever your object of focus, our aim is to focus. But then distraction automatically will come, mind wandering automatically will happen. If it does not happen, you are blessed, you are already a yogi, born yogi. But for 99.9% of us, mind will wander. Then we at some point will recognize, oh, bring it back. Bring it back, stage 5. And there's a book, Daniel Goleman, the person who came up with the term EQ, emotional quotient, emotional intelligence. He wrote a book called Focus recently, a few years back. There he says these 5 stages, amazingly, neuroscience has corroborated it now. Neuroscientific studies of the brain during meditation shows these 5 stages. Different parts of the brain light up during focus, during distraction, during mind wandering, during recognition of the mind wandering, and during coming back to focus. Different parts of the similar areas of the brain light up, apparently, it seems. Amazing. The yogis did not know about neuroscience and brain scanning and all that, but they discovered these 5 stages. So this is the stage of dharana. What is the stage of dharana? These 5 stages are happening. We are continuously trying to bring it back to the object of focus. And so what do you mean object of focus? We will see. Soon we will see. Then after some time, we begin to succeed. Remember, meditation teachers will always tell you, there is no bad meditation. Only bad meditation is not meditating. If you sit for meditation, it is good meditation. No matter how much mind is wandering, no matter how useless it feels, still the attempt itself is good meditation. So when we do this, after some time comes the next stage, 7th limb of 8-limbed yoga. Ashtanga means 8 limbs. 7th limb, dhyana, meditation. So meditation is the 7th of 8 limbs. It's advanced. We keep complaining, I can't meditate. Well, naturally, it's pretty advanced. It's 7th. In 8, the 7th one. Dhyana, the Sanskrit word dhyana means focused, mind focus. Sanskrit root is to the mental focus. Thought is going on one point, that is dhyana. The same Sanskrit dhyana became the Pali jhana. In Tibetan, in Buddhism, meditation is called jhana. There are different meditative states called different jhanas. And the same jhana, in China it became Chan. Chan meditation. So Chan Buddhism and the meditative practices are called Chan. And it became Zen in Japan. Same, Sanskrit dhyana to jhana to Chan to Zen. That is the 7th stage. The last stage is when there is no further interruption, no more mind wandering, no more mind skipping about. It's continuous focus. It's like oil being poured in a continuous stream from one vessel to another vessel. Think how thick oil is. So when it is poured, it's in a thick stream. Like that the mind flows. Mind is awake, but only one focus. That focus point is, and that state is called samadhi. Samadhi. Samadhi simply means complete absorption, without any break. In dhyana also there might be a break once in a while. Dharana, 5 stages are going on. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi, these are the final stages of practice of meditation. Ashtanga yoga, the yoga of 8 limbs. Why would you do all these things? Swami Vivekananda, he writes his commentary in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. What's the purpose of it? The purpose is self-realization. Yoga is focus. Patanjali defines yoga as yogas chitta vritti nirodha. Cessation of the modifications, the mind wandering is yoga. Cessation does not mean stopping, does not mean falling asleep. Very much awake, but not flickering. The example Krishna gives is of a flame of a lamp, which is burning. So it's burning. It's alight. It's not been. It has not been, blown out. Lamp. The flame is there, but it's not flickering. The flame of a lamp in a windless place. Like that, the mind is absolutely focused. So chitta vritti nirodha, cessation of the flickering of the mind, movements of the mind is called yoga. Why? Why would you do such a difficult and boring thing? It's not boring, it's very good actually. And very enjoyable. If you achieve it, it's very enjoyable. Because tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Because at that moment, suppose you do achieve samadhi. Then what happens? He says when the mind is stilled, then the witness consciousness is realized in its own nature. Imagine, think of the mind as a lake. And Vivekananda says, 2 things have to happen. The water of the lake is pure and clean. It's clean. And there are no waves on the surface of the lake. Imagine, if there are waves, you can't see what's at the bottom of the lake. And if the water is cloudy, clay or dirt is there, you can't see through to the bottom of the lake. But the water is clear and it is still. Then you can see all the way down to the bottom of the lake. Here the mind is compared to the lake, and our real nature as pure consciousness or the witness self is the bottom of the lake. So tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam, you will realize who you truly are. Till now we thought I am the mind, I am the body, I am this person. Then this meditation, samadhi will show you are the witness consciousness beyond mind and body. If we do not meditate, what will happen? You will still be that witness consciousness, but that will appear mixed up with the movements of the mind. Vritti sarupya mitaratra. That is the 4th sutra in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. The pure consciousness appears mixed up with the movements of the mind if you are not meditating. So this is the whole purpose, benefit, point of meditation, self-realization by concentration of mind. Now, in the time remaining, I just want to take us on a tour, sampling, buffet. What do you call it? A la carte. We will sample some of the major systems of meditation. They're all very different from each other. Try it out for yourself. First, we'll start with the simplest, the most austere, and very popular in the United States nowadays, Buddhist mindfulness. It's based on the original teachings of the Buddha and developed steadily by the Theravada traditions, by the Mahayana Tibetan Buddhists. But in its developed form, there are 10 stages of this. We will just do the first one. All that we do is, you sit quietly, relaxed. Don't move, but don't strain also. Don't be stiff. And this is a common instruction for all the techniques. Let the body be still. Then, we close our eyes and draw our attention to the tip of the nose. At that, feel the inflow and outflow of breath. When the inflow is going, breathing in, note mentally breathing in. And after some time, the out breath will start. Note mentally breathing out. Don't say anything, just mentally note. A little more advanced we will do. When the in-breath starts at the tip of the nose, remember, don't let the attention go anywhere else except tip of the nose. Just at that point, when you notice the in-breath starting, mentally say 1. And when you notice the out-breath beginning to flow out, mentally say 2. Then again in-breath comes in at the nose, mentally say 3. Out-breath 4. Like this, count up to 10. All right, you can gently open your eyes. You will notice it's a very simple exercise. At some point, other things will enter your attention other than the breath. Things will enter your attention. You may notice a certain tightness in the body. You relax that. You may notice a sound from outside. You may notice a thought coming in. Or we may notice at some point I've lost count. In 10 also I've lost count. Was it 6 or 7? What do you do then? Start from 1. In breath, 1. Don't control it. Don't try to deepen it also. If it's a short breath, notice it's a short breath. If it's a long breath, notice it's a long breath. Be relaxed. Like this. That's cool. It's easy. Yes, immediately you get a benefit. A relaxation, a calmness. Just 10 breaths, in and out. But in Buddhist meditation, it's not 10 breaths. Vipassana camp, you do what, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours a day, 10 days. Sit like this for 1 minute, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, then short break, no talking, come back, 1 more hour, sit quietly. Try not to move. In traditional these Japanese Zen monasteries, there will be the monitor, one of the monks will be given that they have a bamboo stick. If you move or anything in sleep, they'll hit you on the head. You might say, I volunteered to be the volunteer. That is the easiest. Others have to meditate. You'll realize how difficult it is not to do anything. We thought it's easy, just sit quietly. Oh no, after some time you'll find it very difficult to sit quietly. One sadhu, he said, Vedantic monk in Hindi, I'll tell you in Hindi and translate, he said to us that when we were young, we used to go, whenever any monk, we heard a monk has come near our village on the bank of the Ganga, we would go to meet him. So once one monk came and I went and I would ask, he said, I was a young boy, I would ask, give me some advice. And he was in Hindi, Kya kare Mahatma ji, kuch boliye, please tell us, oh monk, what should I do? And the monk said, Kuch mat karo, don't do anything. I was taken aback. What do you mean? And the monk said, कुछ किए बिना ही इतना सब हो गया, जो करोगे और तब बढ़ता जाएगा. He said, without doing anything, so much has come into your life, good and bad. The more you do, the more it will expand. Don't do anything. And then he said, but if you cannot, then he gave some sadhanas to do. Those sadhanas are actually much easier than not doing anything. Meditation is stop. S-T-O-P, stop. Stop, S means stop. Stop doing whatever you are doing. T means take the breath. Take breath, you can do 10 breaths. 1, 2, like that. O means observe. Orient. What's going on? Where am I? What am I thinking? What's going on around me? Then P means proceed. That's stop. S-T-O-P. So this is mindfulness meditation. As we do this over time, we will move from the stage of dharana to dhyana. From continuous wandering, you will find you can complete not only 10, you can complete up to 100. People do that. They follow the breath up to 100, then back again, 99, 98, back to 1. Imagine the focus that has come. Relaxed focus, not intense focus. And remember, don't continue counting like that. The aim is not to count. The aim is not even to observe the breath. The aim is to get control over our attention. Same aim. The breath is the anchor. Why? Because the breath is there. Even if we don't do anything else, the breath is naturally there. If you are alive, there is breath. You are breathing. It's always good to breathe. You're alive, you're breathing. So if the breath is there all the time, use it as an anchor. Anchor for your attention. Otherwise, attention is scattered all over. So this is called Buddhist mindfulness technique. I've just introduced you to the stage 1. There are 10 stages, more deeper and deeper, more advanced, more advanced. Then let us shift to another tradition. This is called Kashmir Shaivism, Pratyabhigya philosophy, where Shiva is the ultimate reality. Shiva is as defined as Prakasha Vimarsha Swarupa, consciousness, aware, self-aware consciousness, let us say. Prakasha is light, but light, aware, self-illumining also. Prakasha Vimarsha Swarupa, that is the nature of Shiva. Who are we? You are Shiva. Just that you don't know that you are Shiva. You think you are this guy, this person. And the goal is to realize that you are Shiva. So we are moving into an entirely different tradition here, you can see. What do you do? What meditation? Many meditations are there. In one of the well-known texts of Kashmiri Shaivism called Vijnana Bhairava, there are 112 techniques of meditation. We'll just do the first one. The first one. What's the first one? It's called Hamsa meditation. Hamsa. Hamsa has multiple meanings. Hamsa means swan. It means our Jivatma. Hamsa. What is Hamsa? Ham actually stands for Aham, I. Sa stands for he. I am he. I am Shiva. That's the meaning of the Hamsa mantra. And where is this mantra? How do you do it? Are you supposed to keep repeating Hamsa, Hamsa? No. You are already repeating it. You have been repeating it since you were born. The moment you were born, the first breath you took, till now, till the body will die, we will keep on repeating the Hamsa mantra, whether you know it or not. You didn't know it, I'll introduce you to it. Kabir Das ji somewhere he sings that I do not have to repeat the name of the Lord. The Lord repeats his own name. I sit and listen. What is that? Hamsa. Where? Here. Again the breath. Now, when you breathe in, you listen to it as ha. It's like this. Don't make a sound. And then listen to it, and don't try to say Hamsa. Just listen to it as hum. When it ends the ha, it ends as hum. What is that hum? And when you release it, sa. Hamsa. It's been going on 21,600 times every day, average. You did not know that you are repeating the highest mantra 21,600 times every day for all of our lives. And this is a general number for human beings. So, breathing in, hum meaning aham, I. Breathing out, sa, Shiva. Sa means he in Sanskrit. I am he. So aham. So aham means he, I am. It's just the reverse of that, hamsa. Those who have practiced this, you might be confused. In some traditions in Kashmiri Shaivism, in this soham, this hamsa meditation is reversed. So breathing in is sa, breathing out is hum. Doesn't matter. The one I am telling you is hamsa. This is the more traditional way of doing it. Hamsa. So what do you have to do? Sit quietly again, relaxed, breathing in, hum, breathing out, sa. Now let me introduce you to the second level, the deeper. This is the simplest form, hamsa, it's going on. Be like Kabir Das, sit and listen to hamsa. That is the simplest way of doing it. You can do that anytime, because breathing hamsa is going on. Let me introduce you to the little more advanced form. The breath, it comes in from outside, goes inside, and then comes from inside, goes outside. This cycle is the whole breath. In breath from outside to in, out breath from inside to out. Hum from outside to in, and sa from inside to out. Hum starts, they say, 12 finger breaths, 10 here and 2 more here. So somewhere here the breath starts coming in from there. Don't try to suck it in, you'll exhaust yourself. Just imagine it's coming from there. This is, so here you do the full breathing. Hum. And it goes in here. You can feel it going. And when it culminates, when it stops here, the lungs are full. This point, you mentally say, it stops there. Just for a second. Then the out breath will start from here. Sa. So, hum, sa. Hum, sa. Like that. When the out breath has stopped, in breath is supposed to come in, then mentally say hum. Mentally. Hear it. And then sa. Wait, there is more. This point where the in-breath stops is called the space of Shiva. This point where the out-breath stops and in-breath begins, there, that point here. This point is called the point of Shakti, of Parvati or Shakti. And remember, these are not two separate spaces. Only our cage of flesh and bones makes it feel this is internal. That actually it's the same space. What is the division? So Shiva and Shakti are one. The out-breath starts from Shiva and goes out to Shakti, and in-breath starts with Shakti and comes back to Shiva. Hum, sa. This is enough. One more advanced thing I will introduce you to a little later, but let's try this. Hum, sa. Don't force it. Relaxed. Follow it for a few times. All right, you can gently open your eyes. Notice in the first meditation technique, our attention was fixed in one point, the nose. If you thought of anything else, bring it back to the nose. Here, the attention follows the breath, as if coming from here, and you feel it going through the nostrils, down this and up to here, inside. From there, it is coming out, from here, it's coming out there. So you're tracking it. And mentally, you're going, hum, sa, hum, sa. Your attention is going, tracking the breath and the sound. And the meaning there. So much to do, lot of homework here. The Buddhist meditation was very elementary, very austere. Nothing else was there. Just it was very primal. The Kashmiri Shaiva meditation is just the opposite. It's loaded with metaphysical baggage. You have to think about Shiva, you have to think about Shakti, you have to think about the Hamsa mantra, you have to think about the beginning, the 12 finger breaths, beginning of the breath, and the culmination of the breath inside, then the beginning of the out breath, culmination of the breath, out breath outside. So much to do. And this is an advantage. Our easily distracted mind, you see, it will keep it engaged because a lot is going on. You will miss it if your mind gets distracted. Is it hum or sa? Where is the breath? Where did it go? All that will. So it's all a way of keeping your attention focused. And it has spiritual benefits, no doubt about it. One more advanced level of this one. Third level of this one. The true meditation is that point. Where the in-breath has stopped, the out-breath has not yet started. For that instant, it is an instant, because soon out-breath will start. That instant, that where there is no breathing, where there is no mantra and no thought. In that utter silence of breath, sound and thought is luminosity, consciousness alone, watching that silence. At one point, Shiva will reveal himself there, at that point. But that is available to us only for an instant in every breath. Don't do it outside, only the inside one. Watch. Sa, again coming out. Again wait for that moment to come. You will get an instant of it in every breath. Slowly over time you can prolong that instant. The moment out breath comes, a thought will come, let it be the mantra. Sound will come. Attention will go with the breath. So, that is Kashmiri Shaivism. Soham mantra or Hamsa mantra. This Hamsa meditation is the first of 112 such meditations are there. You can go and knock yourself out. You have an extraordinary assortment of meditations. This is Kashmiri Shaivism. Now let us come to a devotional meditation drawn from our Hindu bhakti traditions. Suppose I am a devotee of Shiva, of my Ishta Devata is Shiva. So what is done here? God is visualized, is understood as the Ishta Devata, chosen deity. A form will be there, Shiva, Mahaganapati is there. A form, or Devi, a form will be there, Vishnu, Narayana. And a mantra will be given to you. And a visualization will be given to you. And to that, we sit quietly, relaxed, and then focus in the heart center. There are the 7 chakras in the body, but we focus in the heart center. In the heart center, we visualize a 12-petaled lotus, red, glowing, shining. There is luminosity in the heart. Heart center is here, not in the actual physical heart, in the center. Notice it's the same point where the came, where the in-breath stopped and out-breath began. There you visualize a lotus. Visualization, it's imagination. Visualization. A luminous lotus, in that the form of your deity. Whatever the deity is. Generally the guru initiates you and it is secret. It's kept between you and the guru. The deity and the mantra is secret. It is private to you. So suppose it is Shiva. So I visualize Shiva. The blue-hued Shiva with matted locks, with the moon, half moon on the forehead, and the towering icy Himalayan mountain at the background. And Shiva is sitting there wearing the tiger skin, draped with the snake, with the trident and the drum, the damaru, sitting in deep meditation, absorbed in samadhi. And mentally I visualize Shiva is luminous, the form of Shiva is luminous, steady, and radiating bliss, nourishment, joy, strength, purity, blessing. And mentally I continuously chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah. Continuously chant that. Mind goes anywhere else, bring it back to the visualization of Shiva and the chant of Om Namah Shivaya, repetition of Om Namah Shivaya. Try it for a few minutes. Of course, it need not be Shiva. In whichever deity you are attracted to, you put the deity there, in that heart lotus. All right. So this is the deity meditation. Many Hindus practice it in whatever their lineage. Some tradition is there. Usually there will be a meditation mantra. Dhyana shloka will be there. Every deity has. Ganapati has, Shiva has, Devi has, then Vishnu, Narayana. Every deity in the Hindu tradition, they are all forms of Saguna Brahman, and they will have meditation mantra which will describe the deity to you. This is one form of meditation. But same issues will be there. Focus, distraction, mind wandering, recognition of mind wandering, and bringing back focus. Now finally, one more tradition let us look at. Advaita Vedanta. It will not be complete without non-dualism. So, here the goal is not the visualization of the deity. Here the goal is not identifying yourself with Shiva, or nor watching the movements of mind and body which is there in the dissolution of the apparent self, which is there in Buddhism, mindfulness. Here it is realizing, who am I? What am I? That I am Satchidananda, the Atman or Brahman, that I am not the body-mind. This is clearly realized. So this is, in Advaita Vedanta, the meditation is both reasoning and observation. That same professor, Arindam Chakravarti, gave it a name, logico-phenomenological method. Logico means logical, reasoning. Phenomenology means the way a thing appears to us, how we are experiencing. So a combination of both are necessary here. There is reasoning and experience, both. You will see how. So this meditation is drawn from the Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmanandavalli, the famous Panchakosha meditation. What is the purpose here? Who am I? What am I? Straight away we'll say, yeah, I know that already. I don't have to meditate about that. No, but you think you're the body. Yes, I'm the body. So let us consider the body. And when we see the body, when we do meditation, we'll be asked, feel the body. Maybe clench the muscles for a minute. You'll see for a couple of seconds. You feel this is the body. What clenched that feeling? This is the body. Phenomenological, how it feels. But notice immediately, this feeling is an object. I am aware of it. The body is continuously changing. I am not changing. The body is an object. I am that which is aware of the object. The body is not conscious of itself or of anything else. I am conscious of the body and of myself. So I, the ever-present seer of the object, conscious, cannot be the ever-changing object, non-conscious, which is the body. Then we look inwards. Who am I then? If I am not the body, yet I am there, there is no doubt I am there. Then there is the prana. Again, back to the breath. But in Vedantic non-dual meditation, what do? You don't follow the breath. You don't do hamsa. Rather, what do? Notice, the breath is an object. I am aware of the breath. That's what you do in Buddhist meditation. You are aware of the breath. But what Vedanta takes away from it is, then you are conscious of the breath. The breath is an object. Just like this object, the breath is an object. The breath is ever changing. In breath, out breath. But I am the same. I am the same guy who breathed in. I am the same one who breathed out. And the breath is not conscious. I am conscious of the breath. The breath is not conscious of itself. The breath is not conscious of me, whoever I am. The breath is not conscious of anything else. But I am conscious of the breath. I am aware of other things. I am aware of myself. I am conscious. I, the unchanging. I, the observer. I, the conscious. I cannot be the breath which is ever changing, which is the observed object, which is non-conscious. Then we look inwards from the breath. Inwards means in our own experience. Remember, phenomenological. We look into our thoughts. Inwards, more subtle, not body, not breath. Inwards, deeper. Our thoughts, our feelings, our memories. All of this is what is called the mind. And there again we notice it's always changing. And it is observed. I am the observer of the mind. And the thoughts themselves are not conscious. I am conscious of the thoughts. Each thought is not conscious of itself or any other thought. I am aware of the thoughts. So I, the never changing, I, the observer of the thoughts, I, the conscious one, I cannot be the ever changing thoughts, feelings, memories. I cannot be observed thoughts. I cannot be the non-conscious thoughts. Therefore, I am not the mind. Then what am I? I am still there. Then the intellect, which knows, which understands. Same thing, we observe and we find the intellect also, the buddhi, that also changes. From not understanding to understanding, from understanding to not understanding. Right now I am reading a book, very interesting book about the quantum theorists. And the name of the book is, it won the Booker Prize. Name of the book is When We Cease to Understand the World. The idea is in quantum theory, we understanding progressed from classical mechanics to quantum mechanics. But how nicely the author has named it, we cease to understand. At that point, we stopped understanding the world. Until today, we know quantum mechanics, but we don't understand. So when we cease to understand the world, that is buddhi. Buddhi can cease to understand, may not understand, may be confused, may understand, can cease to understand also. It's ever changing. I am the same one. I observe the buddhi and I am conscious of the buddhi. The buddhi is not conscious actually. Then what am I? And then we observe further. And we do neti, not this, not this. I am not the body, not the prana, not the mind, not the buddhi. Then what? Blank. We'll guide you through this meditation, we'll see. Blank. But the blank also is appearing to me. I, the witness of the physical body, of the physiological prana, of the mind, of the intellect, and of the blankness of the causal state. I am the witness. I am distinct from all these observed, limited, changing states. I am awareness, pure consciousness, which is distinct from all of them. Pancha kosha vilakshana atma. These 5 layers of my being. Physical layer, annamaya kosha. Then vital layer, pranamaya kosha. Then mental layer, manomaya kosha. They are not me. They are layers, coverings. Intellectual layer, vijnanamaya kosha. And dismiss everything, zero, blank, nothing, anandamaya kosha. That's also a layer. And the witness of all of that, the one which is experiencing, you cannot deny you are experiencing it. Then what is experiencing? You are there. That one is not an object. That one is not changing. That one is not non-conscious. It is unchanging, the pure subject, the real I, and ever conscious. This is the meditation. I am Atma. Alright. Now let's try it. Again, relax. The final one, don't worry. You've come to the end of the menu. By the way, there are many meditation techniques. There are literally hundreds of them. In Hinduism itself, and a wide range, very sophisticated in the various traditions of Buddhism, in Jainism. There are also meditation techniques in mystical Christianity and Islam also. In Kabbalah, Judaism also. So meditation techniques are there everywhere. In Taoism, definitely. Okay. Relaxed. Now, clench the muscles of the body in some place, just tight for a couple of seconds and release it. That is the body. Relaxed, breathing normally, relax the body. That body is an object. I am the experiencer of that object, body. That body is ever changing, from childhood, babyhood till now, changing, changing, changing. I am the same one. That body is not conscious. I am conscious of it. The body is not conscious of itself. The body is not conscious of anything else. The body is not conscious of me, the subject. But I, the subject, I am conscious of the body, of myself, and of everything else. So I, whatever I am unchanging, I am the seer, and I am conscious. The body is ever changing, body is the seen object, and body is non-conscious. How can I be the body? I am not the body. Relaxed. Take a deep breath. That breath is the tip of the iceberg called prana, the vital forces. That is what keeps this body alive. Am I the prana? Am I the life itself? No. This life keeps changing. Prana keeps changing. In breath, out breath. Sometimes hungry, sometimes tired, sometimes energetic, sometimes weak, sometimes healthy, sometimes sick. All of these are prana. It keeps changing. I am the same one. Whoever I am, whatever I am, the self is the same. After all, do I not claim? I was hungry. Now after eating, I am full. I am the same one who was hungry. Prana has changed from hunger to fullness. I was sick. Now I am healthy. What do I mean? I am the same one who experienced sickness, problems in the prana. I am the same one who is experiencing health, healthy prana. So I am unchanging, prana is ever changing. I observe the breath. Whole Buddhist mindfulness, Hamsa meditation, what was I doing? Observing the breath. The breath is observed, prana is observed, it's an object, it is seen. I am the seer. And the breath is not conscious, prana is not conscious. I am conscious of myself. I am conscious of the prana. I am conscious of the world. The breath is not conscious of itself or anything else or of me. Therefore, I, the unchanging, I, the seer, I, the consciousness, cannot be the ever-changing, seen, non-conscious breath. Relaxed, breathing normally, look deeper. Thoughts, memories, ideas, desires, feelings, all of this is mind. Notice, this is mind. Again, notice how fast the mind changes, continuously changing. How the mind is observed, it is seen. We are all experiencing the mind now, feelings, thoughts, ideas, we are experiencing it. And the mind is actually non-conscious. The thoughts by themselves are not conscious. I am the unchanging self, the seer of the thoughts, and the consciousness illumining the thoughts. Therefore, I cannot be the ever-changing, the object, non-conscious mind. Relaxed, breathing normally. The intellect, buddhi, my knowledge, my ideas, my understanding, even the simple fact, I am sitting here now. This fact, this certainty, this is buddhi. But this also changes. This is also observed. And this is not conscious. I am aware of it. I, the witness of the buddhi, cannot be the buddhi. I am unchanging, the witness, conscious. The buddhi is changing, it is the seen object, and it is non-conscious. Relaxed, breathing normally. Now suppose I dismiss everything. Visualize, I do not see anything, hear anything, smell, taste, touch anything. I am not remembering anything at all, not even my own name. I am not thinking anything. Blank. Mind is blank. I am not exercising my power of understanding. Even the sense I, ego, I let it go. Just blank, utter blank. Now deepen that blank into something like deep sleep. And yet that deep sleep, that deep blankness, stillness, that's also an experience. It is the absence of the objects. It's an experience of absence, not an absence of experience. If it is an experience, then there must be consciousness. I am the one who experiences the absence. So the absence which is experienced is also an object, and I am the witness of that object. So, I am not anything that is changing. I am not the drishya, the scene. I am not a non-conscious, insentient object. I am the ever-present, ever-experiencing consciousness, not body, not mind. Mano buddhya hankara chittani naham. I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the ego, I am not the memory. Nacha srotra jivhe, nacha srotra jivhe, nacha grana netre, nacha vyoma bhumi, natejo navayu. I am not the body made of 5 elements, I am not the sensory system. Then what am I? Clearly I am consciousness. I exist and I am consciousness. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am of the nature of consciousness and bliss. I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Alright, gently open your eyes. This meditation is showing us Pancha Kosha Vilakshana Atma. I am the Atma, the witness, distinct from the 5 layers of my being. Physical, vital, mental, intellectual and causal. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Okay. So these are various meditation techniques. Many more are there. These are just broad categories. Just one final point, difficult meditation. Any of these techniques are difficult. Arjuna asks this point to Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. All this yoga you are teaching me, meditation. Arjuna is very frank with Sri Krishna. It's useless. Why? It's like trying to control the mind. Your mind flickers. Sri Krishna's very important answer, simple but direct answer. Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena chakrihyate. True, the mind is very difficult to control, like the wind. You are right, Arjuna. However, it can be done, it's not impossible. How is it done? 2 factors. Abhyasa, systematic practice. Daily sit for meditation, morning and evening. And vairagya, dispassion. Remove the anchor. You know the story? The 3 friends, Sri Ramakrishna story. 3 friends who were drunkards. They are going home one night. And they went to the river bank, got in a boat to row their boat back home across the river. And they rowed and rowed and rowed. In the morning they suddenly found they were exactly where they had started because they had forgotten to untie the boat. It was still tied, the anchor was still there. And they had rowed the whole night. So, you have to untie the boat. Dispassion. My goal is God realization. My goal is self-realization. My goal is moksha, mukti, nirvana, kaivalya. That is my goal. Not just better sleep, stress management, better cardiovascular health, benefit of meditation. Those are there. You will get those. No problem. You will get all that. But that's not the real goal. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Do we have time for Q&A or everybody must be hungry? Prana is hungry now. Couple of questions then we can take. Yes, please come up here. Or anybody wants to ask a question? No, everybody is in Samadhi. So, all right, one question here.
So, thank you for that. The last one was the most difficult.
No, I am not giving enough time to the very sophisticated and deep things. You would study Advaita for quite some time and then follow it. It's called Vedantic Nididhyasana, Vedantic meditation. So the whole philosophy has to be studied properly. It can't be done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, for you, you're a proponent of this. So for people who are not proponents, it's a little bit
It's new,
hard.
it's strange, it's quite difficult to wrap your... So first one has to hear about these teachings in Advaita. Then one has to reason about it. Remember, logico-phenomenological. So logico means reasoning about it. First understand what's being taught. And then finally track it in your feelings, in your experience. That is the meditation part of it, nididhyasana. Assimilate the teachings, stay with it, that is meditation. Yeah. Otherwise it will not make much sense. Something like Buddhist mindfulness, you can start straight away. Something like Kashmiri Shaivism, first you must buy into it, the whole Shiva, Shakti, all of that. It is theologically heavily loaded, the Kashmiri Shaivist meditation. So is the devotional meditation from Hinduism, which I said, which is very common to Hindus. Or the non-dual meditation. The non-dual meditation is philosophically heavy. The devotional meditation is theologically heavy. And the Kashmiri Shaiva meditation is theologically and philosophically heavy. The Buddhist meditation is simple. It's stripped down to the bare minimum. So all of these have their advantages. I thought many people would like the Buddhist meditation. Once I did a retreat. But some people said, no, we like the Soham or Hamsa meditation better. That keeps us fully occupied. And there you can engage the heart and the intellect. In the Buddhist meditation, you have to keep the heart and intellect quiet. There's no place for feelings or imagination or thinking or understanding. All those things are distractions. Just the breath. Each to his own. Anybody else wants to ask something? There's two people there. Yes.
Yes, Swamiji, you said that meditation. I hear that long back. If you don't do properly the meditation, then it gives you negative effect. But you mentioned initially.
No, it doesn't. It depends on what kind of meditation. Something like simple mindfulness, a repetition of a mantra. It will not give you negative effects. But there are more sophisticated tantric meditations, different things. Like there are some chakra meditation, some things. It's more powerful, but whatever is powerful, it can also be dangerous. So that can give negative effect. It can be harmful. I have known cases of actual serious harm being done, especially those which involves pranayama. Advanced techniques of pranayama has a powerful boosting effect, like Artemis rocket, it will take you to the moon, or it can blow up. Danger.
Okay. Thank you.
So whatever I said, it's not a teaching on meditation. By the way, for those who watched online also, don't say that now or today I learned 4 techniques of meditation. Morning, afternoon, evening and night time, 4 techniques daily I will do. Never do such things. You must go to a certified teacher, a guru, a particular lineage, and take up one and practice it seriously.
Namaskar, Swamiji. How to progress from saguna to nirguna form of meditation, and then the connection.
One by one. So, saguna to nirguna, this is good. Vedanta actually says the nirguna, pure consciousness, is the real nature of the saguna. So, in meditation, what is done is we are visualizing Shiva, suppose. Same Shiva meditation. Then at one point in your visualization, make the Shiva nature dissolve, Shiva form dissolve into light. And from light, even light is an object actually. It is an object. But the light points back to your nature as pure consciousness. So there you go into the nirguna. So saguna and nirguna are same in Advaita Vedanta. With name and form, same nirguna is called saguna. Names and forms may be many. It is same Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. Same thing, same reality in the form of, name and form of Mahaganapati here. The name and form of Shiva, name and form of say Durga or Devi, name and form of Narayana. Different names and forms in different traditions, different mantras will be there, different worship will be there, different iconography will be there, imagery will be there, stories will be there, Puranas will be there. Each in fact can be a whole religion by itself. Shaktaism, Vaishnavism, Shaivism. So all of these can be entire, whole sophisticated, vast traditions are there. But basically they are, the truth behind all of them is the absolute reality, nirguna. Of course, only Advaitins will say this.
Yeah. And how do we bring in Hatha Yoga into this?
Hatha Yoga is very good as the preliminary, the physical part of it, which is good to prepare the body, senses, prana, for higher practices. People, what they do is they keep Hatha Yoga as an end in itself, just yoga for health. That's all right, but that's what Maharishi Mahesh Yogi said. I'm giving them what they want in order for them to want, in the hope that they will want what they want, what I want to give them. So I'm giving them Hatha Yoga. He himself, Krishnamacharya, Pattabhi Joyce and Iyengar. So 3 of them are there. Pattabhi Joyce, Krishnamacharya and Iyengar. I think it's Iyengar who also said, we have stressed, the teachers who came from Mysore, we stressed asana and pranayama here in the West. But remember, this is only a part of yoga. The higher parts of yoga, I hope people will take it up. It is our hope that people will take it up as they go along.
One last question from me.
You've got 3 questions already.
Yeah. We never had idol worship, taken back to Treta, Kruta Yuga, Dwapara. So when did this idol worship creep in? Otherwise, earlier sages just looking at everything as a consciousness and then observing.
Yes, the initial level of our religion was yajna. Yajna is the Vedic karma kanda. Even now, nothing dies in Hinduism. Even now, the homa which you do in our rituals, that is, in Vedic times, it was the big yajna, the big fire sacrifice, that was there. And instead of large temples, there was yajna shala. That was in the Vedic times. Then the Puranic times came where we replaced all of that. It was superseded by worship of God, of Saguna Brahman in the form of a deity. And many such deities are allowed in Hinduism. Many names, many traditions. So there is a Devalaya like this one. And then there is the deity. There will be a main deity, Ganapati. There will be also other deities present. And elaborate worship is there, ritualistic worship. Associated with this will be chanting of mantras, hymns are there. Associated with this may be song. In the ancient temples there was also dance. And then there is Puranas, the stories, mythological stories associated. All of it formed like a complete religion. This came post-Vedic yoga. But even the elements of Vedic religion are still there in the homa fire which you do. What you said about the rishis seeing everything as Satchidananda, that is Vedanta, that was there then, it's there now also. It's the same. Yeah. Conventional religion has changed its form over thousands of years. Yes. Yes, please tell us the question.
Namaskaram, Swamiji. Thank you so much. Kind of wanted to ask a practical question. When you spoke about flow, focus and flow, seems like doom scrolling is the newest flow state in modern times.
Yes. So doom scrolling, is it flow? No. If you look at Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's book, The Flow, he has given some 8 or 9 characteristics of flow. They are missing in doom scrolling.
Right. So
doom scrolling is continuous distraction. Flow is focus. One object, the mind goes to it again and again and again. Doom scrolling is the opposite. It jumps from one thing to another thing to another thing to another thing. And we are entranced by it, hypnotized by it. And at the end of the flow experience, you feel more integrated, you feel richer. After 1 or 2 hours of doom scrolling, you will feel horrible. Like life is a waste. And it is addictive. It is disintegrative effect on character. And emotional effects. Depression, rage, anger, whatever it is. And so done on purpose. Remember, there is something, they call it the race to the bottom of the brainstem. The way, how do you get people addicted? Only the most basic instincts, anger, greed, lust, if you can use those and hook a person, and then the person will be hooked and addicted. It's just the opposite of flow.
So what are the practical steps that you could recommend? Because it's almost like an epidemic now.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
And people are waking up to it. It's terrible. And yet you cannot escape easily from it because the technology is ubiquitous. It's there everywhere. When people were beginning to talk about don't expose children to it, COVID hit. All homeschooling and all online. How will you take it away? Everything has to be done online. So everybody has got the gadgets and their work cannot be done without this these days. If you're in society, you have to use it. I have got it. I'm a monk. I've got this. Yeah. So The thing is to limit. Limit your exposure to it, use it for work. You should know, I want to expose myself to social media. That also should be limited. Half an hour a day, maximum 1 hour a day, no more than that. Try to keep away from it and see what is the effect. If I switch it off, if I keep it there, do I feel uneasy? Almost all of us will say, I feel uneasy. Little faint uneasiness. That feeling of uneasiness shows addiction. Almost everybody, it's called a soft addiction. So it's almost everybody is addicted that way. And that was the whole purpose of getting us addicted. Now, it has tremendous effects on emotions, on productivity. The things which companies and organizations care about, those are devastatingly impacted by this. There's a new phenomenon called intermittent attention. It's not that, I've seen this in classes and then people report it in boardrooms, meetings. It's not that people are not paying attention. They are paying attention, but only once in a while. I look at you, listen to what you are saying, then go back there. And then go back. That is horrible for productivity. Please read this book called Deep Work, Cal Newport. Deep Work. Recently wrote again in New York Times why we must focus, why we are losing the power of focus. His book Deep Work is amazing. What is most valuable in this 21st century, in this world of AI and all? This is written before AI. It just becomes more urgent now. So he wrote it about 5-6 years back. Deep work. What is most valuable? What is the prime indicator of success in this world of social media and connectivity? And let me boil it down. He has only one word answer: focus. He says it will give you, because of this connectivity in the world, it will give you multiplier effect if you can focus. Multiplier effect of success. And second, because of this distraction, environment of distraction, focus has become rarer and rarer. Rarer and rarer. So if you are the few people who can disconnect and focus, you will get disproportionate results. Whatever your work is, this world will value deep work because it's becoming rare. 2 reasons. Deep work will give a multiplier effect because of the interconnectedness, and he's explained how. And second reason is because it's become rare now. All right.
Thank you. We are blessed today to have Swamiji speak in this learning series, and we gain a lot of knowledge about various traditionally practiced kind of meditations, and also on the faith that we all belong to, everyone belong to, and we feel proud of it. We look forward to see him again in our future learning series. And before closing, I would like to announce about few forthcoming events at the temple. We are going to observe Sauramana, Samvatsara, and also Vishu, which will be observed on Tuesday, day after tomorrow, April 14th. And we are going to have annual Composers Day, which is scheduled on Saturday, April 18, from 10 a.m. onwards, and in the same hall, Saraswati Hall. And please join us to hear the melody of Pancharatana Kirtanas, which will be sung by various group of teachers and along with the students. We are also going to observe several Acharyas Jayantis happening in this month. Basava Jayanti is on Sunday, next Sunday, April 19. Shankara Jayanti is going to be on Tuesday, April 21st, and Ramanuja Jayanti on Wednesday, April 22nd. Aligned with that, we are also going to have Sri Dakshinamurti Mantra Japam, which will be observed for 3 days from Tuesday, April 21st through Thursday, April 23rd. And we also request everyone to join us on the same hall on Saturday, April 25th at 1:30 p.m., the noon, to celebrate the legacy, life and influence of Swami Vivekananda. That's all about the announcement, and we would like to honor the Swamiji with prasad. Dhanyavadram mado purnam dadhati madabhyo saniti ekatha brahmana upaharati ekadhaiva jamana yustejo dadhati. Thank you all for coming, and God bless all of us.